Live better and longer with the Fitzness Show, hosted by fitness expert, author, and TV personality Fitz Koehler. She'll tell you why diets are dumb, supplements are snake oil, and the truth about how you can earn a lean, hard, pain-free, and athletic body. Now for our favorite bossy blonde, Fitz Koehler.
Well, hi, team. I'm Fitz Koehler, your very noisy race announcer from fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show powered by Hoag OC Marathon. And gosh, we have our race weekend coming up. Finally here. How many years is this? It's like 20-something. I think we're going to talk to Gary Kutcher, the owner, but it's a big, big event and it's a very big deal. And it's always a big deal for me because this is the very first race I ever announced. Gary Kutcher is the very first race director that ever gave me a chance behind the microphone on race day. And it's turned into one of the most meaningful, delightful pieces of my career and my life. Him along with Rudy. The two of them have worked magic for me. So we love being back in the OC. It's like a family reunion. It's 20-something thousand of our closest friends and people from all over America and all over the world come for spectacular weather and athletic adventure and beach vibes and joy. And it's just as good as it gets. So if you have not registered yet, I believe we do still have the opportunity for you to do so. OCMarathon.com. Use discount code Team Noisy. Gary's gone uber generous with his discount code, which I like that a lot. But yeah, we've got a 5K, half marathon, full marathon, kids races you can't register for, but you can come and cheer for that. Anyways, I'm going to start introducing the most important people here. And I'm starting with my bestie, the other half of Team Noisy, Mr. Rudy Novotny. Hi.
Hey, Fitz, how you doing?
Superb. How are you, Noisy man?
I'm doing okay. OC Marathon weekend. Actually, almost here.
Yeah, one of the best of the year, right?
It is. It is. And I love that it's your first and one of my longest running. So big deal. Gary, working with Gary is the best.
Yeah, it is. And thank you. Thank you for inviting me so long ago. Pretty epic stuff.
Of course.
All right. Should we invite the crew?
Yeah, let's get the crew in here. Come on.
All right. You and I talk enough. All right. We're going to go with owner and race director for the OC Marathon, Mr. Gary Kutcher. Howdy.
Well, hello, Fitz and Rudy. Good to see
Gary.
you guys. I don't know, but I'm not the only owner, but yeah, I'm the race director. But it's all good. We have some really good key people who are part of our business. But hopefully, I keep the train on the tracks.
Well, you do a fine job of that. And everybody needs to know, besides being an extraordinary businessman and talented running guy, you're most certainly the sweetest man in running.
Well, listen, Rudy usually is the one that tells me that. So it's really nice to have that coming from you, Fitz.
I do, Gary. I'm sorry, I forgot.
True. Every time you call Gary, I'm like, oh, it's Gary. It just, my heart beats out of my chest.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Fitz.
Me too.
Oh gosh. All right. Next up, she is the marketing manager for the Hoag OC Marathon weekend. She does it from afar, but you said not just a marketing manager. She is so much more. What else is she, Gary?
Well, listen, Adrienne's been with us now going on 3 years. She took over the entire Kids Run program as well. She does everything. So she's the director of the Kids Run program. She takes care of all of our run clubs. She takes care of our charities. She takes care, the umbrella keeps getting bigger and bigger. So she does so many things, and marketing is just the tip of the iceberg.
And she can handle it too. What a blessing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, here she is, Adrienne.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
We're so happy to see you, Adrienne. What a wonderful part of the weekend you've become.
I am so excited for my third OC Marathon Running Festival. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. And I think we should mention, we always will miss Kelsey Peterson, the former star in your position, who's kind of retired to be a super mom to twins, but we love Kelsey.
We miss Kelsey. She was able to come visit with us and help us out at one of our Kids Run trainings. I mentioned that Adrienne does all of the Kids Run, not only the outreach to bring the schools in, but the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails, especially at this time as parents are trying to figure out what's going on. Kelsey was doing all of that. And so she was able to come help us out a couple weeks ago at one of our trainings. Adrienne lives in Columbus, Ohio. So she's actually out here with us now. So we're so excited to have her back in our neighborhood.
Yeah, all hands on deck, right?
That's
It's
right.
unbelievable. Yeah. So we've got a week to go and we're excited about so many things for this year.
Okay, so folks watching, if you'd like to use a comment section to say hi, tell us what you're going to be running this weekend, we would love to hear from you. And we are going to get the show on the road. Now, the purpose of this conversation is to make sure you know everything you need to know to make the absolute best of race weekend. We're going to go through expo, we're going to go through parking and shuttles and race start times and hydration stations and all the details. And we're just going to plow through it and know that this recording will stay live on the OC Marathon Facebook page, on my YouTube page. It's Fitzness. You can visit me there. And yeah, you can really just watch it over and over and over again. Even once you know everything by heart, you could just spend time with us. So this will be available. I'm also going to share it on Spotify and Apple Music on the Fitzness show. So wherever you need to get your info, we'll be there. Also, ocmarathon.com is jam-packed with every detail. Everything we're going to talk about here is on the website. And so I make this plea. My race directors don't put me up to this, but their hair will be on fire between now and next Monday. And so please, if you have a question, look it up. Don't email them directly because they're working really, really hard. So utilize the resources they've provided. And again, you could just rewatch this video and over and over, and we're going to get through it all. Is
There you go.
that fair, Mr. Kutcher?
100%. Let's go on. Let's get her going.
Okay, so let's start with the start on Friday. What do we have going on Friday?
Well, on Friday, we start with our expo. Begins at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, goes till 7. It's an hour earlier this year, so it's really nice. We've started it for the last few years. That 8 o'clock finish, by the time we're out of it, makes it really difficult because we have a jam-packed Saturday morning that starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. So this extra hour as we close the expo at 7 this year is going to really help us.
So 3 to 7 for the expo. Everyone's invited, not only our runners, but their friends, their families, whoever's come with them. And then folks from the community can just show up at the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds, check out the expo. What kind of vendors should they expect to see there?
We have probably 55, 60 vendors that range from IVs to Zenni sunglasses to different, the Marines or the Army and many different police departments are there for recruiting. We have Snail's Pace, our official specialty store. They're a sponsor of ours. We have 361 Shoes. There's just so many sponsors. So and vendors. So it's going to be all kinds of fun activation there. So as well as our partners at Long Beach and Surf City for Beach Cities Challenge. They'll have re-registration there. We'll have our own OC Marathon registration. So there's all kinds of ways to keep the ball rolling after you finish the OC. We want to keep you going and then sign up for Long Beach and sign up for Surf City. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
That's right. Hey, Rudy, what's your favorite part of this expo?
What's my favorite part? Seeing friends. It's a great place to meet up, and it's a great, you and I see expos all the time. It really is a fantastic expo. There's a great, as Gary already mentioned, there's a great cross grouping of vendors and activations, and it's really fun.
Yeah, that's the place where we actually get to spend time with people, right? Roaming around.
You got it.
Roaming around the expo. And then we have bid pickup there. And so bid pickup is where if you've registered, you show up, you grab your race bib, you grab your race shirt. You don't get your medal until you actually cross your finish line. But yeah, that you need to hit the expo. That's a 100% must do for all of our athletes, unless you've done wasn't there an opportunity for people to have you mail their race bibs, Gary?
Yeah, that's for those people who just can't make it in. They're flying in later that day. They're working on, Friday. They're in LA, or further away than that even. And so they just can't make it down there in time because of their workload or family. So yeah, someone you can pay. And we shipped out the bibs about a week and a half ago. 99% of those people have received those bibs, and they'll be able to come right to the race on Sunday morning and do their run. And then after the race, anybody who might be listening, they will then go get their T-shirt after that. We don't mail the T-shirt. We don't even have the T-shirts yet. We haven't even, those don't arrive at the fairgrounds until Wednesday.
Ooh,
Gulped.
They're in. We know they're in.
Okay.
They're sitting at the warehouse. We don't have room for them. It's like 19, 20 pallets of medals and shirts. And so we have a pretty small warehouse to accept that stuff. So it's all going to be arriving in this next week at the fair where the finish line is.
Okay. Well, one of our favorite runners, Kevin, messaged both Rudy and I today to tell us he had his bid mailed to him, and he's just so excited to get back to your half marathon. So
he is excited. He's one of our race walkers, a really hardcore, serious race walker, and loves the events. Been at it. Been to OC many, many, many times. Anxious to get back.
Yeah, and my addition to the expo is it's above and beyond almost any other race expo in the country. And we're at the mall, but this one's packed. There's so much to do, and there's so many things. And then you have fun activations from our title sponsor, Hoag, and others. You have vehicles, and it's just a blast. So the expo is a lot of fun. Again, even if you're not running, you should come out and check it out. So that's Friday. And then Saturday morning, tell us, Adrienne and Gary, what should we expect Saturday morning with Hoag Kids Run the OC?
Adrienne, what are we going to be doing Saturday morning?
Saturday morning is what we like to call organized chaos at our kids run. So bright and early, the first heat will start at 8 a.m. and then they'll go by age group. After that, everything will wrap up at noon for the kids run. So there's a lot out there for the kids participants to see and do. There'll be face painting, fun games, tons of activations from our sponsors. And then, of course, lots of excitement with the kids running and the parents spectating and running from the start to the middle back to the finish. So it really is a fun morning. It's a crazy morning.
How many?
It's a great way to start the day.
How many?
There'll be about 6,000 kids.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
Fitz, isn't it the largest kids run we've ever been at?
Yeah. And of course, right before COVID, it was up to 10,000.
Right.
And I haven't seen anything like that anywhere.
Not even close.
Mm-mm.
Not even close.
A really big deal. And
Awesome.
And you guys have I believe it's a 12-week training program that all the local schools take on with your guidance. And then they converge on Hoag Kids Run the OC for their final mile on Saturday, correct?
Exactly. We've got about 135 schools right now. Like you said, during COVID, it really kind of kids graduated from their schools. They're fifth graders. They went to sixth, and sixth grade is not part of it. It with K through 8. But so teachers changed schools. It's been a slower build back. We know that the running industry has really exploded the last couple of years since COVID. But the kids, the way our program kind of organically grows throughout the Orange County schools, it's taken just a little while longer. So we'll probably be more in the 62, maybe 6,500. We just had a big training here at our office yesterday. Adrienne's been going crazy with last minute uploads and schools bringing in these lists of kids that somehow after 100 emails, they're like, oh my gosh, I still didn't get registered. So we're having to do that.
Well, as long as they come, it's such a meaningful day for them. So it's very generous of you to do the extra work to get them in. So folks know that. Oh, wait, hold on. We got one of the best race photographers in the world, Jay Sutherland. We love you. We can't wait to see you this weekend. Yeah, with the kids, it's just so much fun. And if you're showing up for the first time, no, you can't register if you're not already part of the program. You can bring your kids for the 5K, but the Hoag Kids Run the OC is specifically for those training with the program. But we make very clear, concise announcements all morning, making sure particular age groups are hitting the start line. So it's very well organized. And if you show up and you're a little overwhelmed, just keep your ears open and you'll know where to go. And we don't let any of the kids out of their little finish line corral. Like once they cross the finish line, we cage them. We give them chocolate milk and a cookie or something. Hold on.
Get in your cages.
A little kitty corral, and then take a piece of their bib off so you can fetch your kid. If your kid is bib 1, 2, 3, 4, you better have 1, 2, 3, 4. You're never seeing little Johnny again. Right, Gary?
Yeah, we have a bunch of them here in the back room. So No, we weren't able to.
From last year.
Uh,
Never got claimed.
no, but listen, even for those where there's probably very few people who will see this that are part of the kids program, but everybody else who's just going to come get their bib, they're a marathon runner, half marathon runner. Boy, come to the fairgrounds. Come over there on the kids run between 9 and noon before you get your bib, and come check it out. It will make your entire weekend and it'll make your run better. Just coming to see these kids, the excitement these kids have, learn to get rid of that running excitement. It's pretty special to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I
And
only have one problem with the kids run.
Okay.
My problem with the kids run is some of the kids that I started in the first years that I did the OC kids run, they have their own kids now and they're bringing them.
I'm not going to go there. It makes me feel old too, Rudy.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool, actually. We get, Fitz and I seen multi-generations at races like this. It's just really special.
yeah.
Wow.
And if you come at the later part of the morning, it's the cutest part because that's when the 5 and unders go. It's like the
Yeah,
perfect.
It's pretty neat. And then after that, what are we doing, Adrienne?
Well, somewhat during that, the expo opens. So at 10 a.m., the expo will open and it's open till 5 p.m. So if you're running the 5K, we do recommend that you come early, like 1 o'clock. And so you can do everything that day and make the most out of your day. We do want to issue the disclaimer that parking is $12 per car. So that's also why we recommend to get the most bang for your buck. Come at 1 o'clock, explore all the vendors, see everything there is to see and get your bib. And then we have a new exciting event this year, which is the Run Club Community Social Hour at 2:30 to 4, which is, we think, going to be very exciting and fun. We've been promoting it. You might have seen it. Fitz and Rudy will be there, and Fitz has some special things planned that will be really exciting.
Can I tell?
I guess you can tell.
Okay. So we have lots of fun and lots of prizes, and people will come out for prizes. So come and get some good prizes because we've got many of our vendors on board, but we'll do some trivia and some fun contests. And we're going to do the Run Club OC dating game. That's right. We are going to go old school, like the old TV show. We're going to get a bachelor and several bachelorettes. You're not going to be able to see each other, and he's going to ask some questions and pick a potential date. And then we're going to do the same with a bachelorette, picking from running bachelors. And, maybe they like slow people or fast people. We're going to find out. But we're going to do a little OC Run Club dating game. So please join us. And Adrienne, how do people that are interested in being contestants reach out to you?
They can reach out to info@ocmarathon.com, and then we'll go through all of those. If you want to put the subject line OC dating game in there so we can flag it and send it on to me. If you want to put some information about who you are, small bio, your age, gender, all that kind of stuff, we can filter through that, and then we will email you if you're selected. And the good news is that whoever you're paired up with, you already have running in common. So
that's right. And we're going to be the happy couple will walk away with a pair of running shoes and a 361 running shoes, and absolutely no pressure to fall in love and get married.
Yeah, no pressure at all.
That's right. If you want to go on a date, that's on you. And then if you finally meet and you're like, nah, maybe not, then that's fine too. But it'll be fun, right?
Yes.
So Neil Lane isn't going to be there fitting them for rings or anything like that, right?
TBD on that.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good idea. Make those phone calls, Adrienne, right? If not, the announcer gets to walk away with the prizes, I think.
Yeah, great.
I think those are the rules. Those are the rules. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So please come out 2:30 to 4. It's a nice opportunity to make some friends, see some old friends, and win some prizes. All right. What else do we have going on that afternoon? Gary.
Well, that's going to take us until 4 o'clock. We'll have some music on the stage during that same time. We have some really fun other games out there, like giant Jenga and some giant cornhole and other fun things for the run clubs. And the whole idea is running has exploded. I mentioned a minute ago. This has really kind of become the social it's a perfect type of social activity because you're meeting people who have running in common, fitness in common. And so I think it's just a great way to parlay that into some fun at the race. And so that's going to take place until about 4:00. We have our a band starting at 4:30. We're super excited about this band. What we want is to people come out 2:30, make sure they get their bib early because our 5K starts at 5:30. We don't want everyone getting there at 4:30 trying to get their bib all at once. So these prizes and different things that you're going to be offering, Fitz, and trivia, you have to have your bib with you. So you have to show your bib. Yes, I have my bib. That way you have to get there early, get your bib, come out there. We're going to be giving away a Happy Dad, also Happy Dad seltzer or a hard tea. So that's kind of cool. It's one of our sponsors also. But then at 4:30, Andy Vargas, the lead singer of the great band Santana, is going to be with us in the early evening and then after the 5K as well. So Andy Vargas and the All-Star Band begins at 4:30. If you've seen Santana at all in the last 25 years, that's Andy Vargas on the main stage. So he's going to be there with us. So you got to make sure you're part of that. He'll play until about 5:15, 5:10, 5:15. And then Team Noisy takes the stage. Team Noisy is going to go ahead and be ready to start bringing people, getting them lined up, ready to go for our 5K, which will begin at 5:30 p.m. And so it's going to be a great 5K. We'll have 4,000 plus people doing that. So we're excited about that. And that will take us until we'll do some awards. I'll have you guys help me with awards on the main stage at 6:00 for those speedsters that come in. And then Andy will take the stage again at 6:15. And so all those people still coming in, they get to finish the race with Andy on the stage. So it's going to be pretty special.
Now, Gary, you said we have about 4,000 athletes for the 5Ks. There's still room for folks to register?
There is. Not only is there room just to register for the 5K, but any of you guys that are out there who are planning on doing the marathon or half marathon the next morning, we really would love to have you add the 5K to your registration. The medal this year is probably one of the coolest medals. It actually takes a 361 shoe. It looks just exactly like it when it's on the medal. And it is crushing the OC. And that's what it's called, the OC Combo Crush. So it's a really cool medal. And I think people are they're going to regret not doing it. So make sure you add the 5K.
Gary, who designed the medal?
I was just going to,
You know what? I know that guy. I'm the guy that designed the medal. So you got to make sure you do it.
yeah, everybody besides all of the things Gary does in the race world, he's a talented, fine artist. He not only all the medals, but his paintings are incredible. You're so talented, Gary.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's all good stuff. The 5K is going to be very special. It's going to go until about 7:00 with Andy on the stage. And then we're going to try to get out of there a little bit earlier than normal. You know, it's hopefully the weather looks like it's going to be perfect right now for running. You know, you never know. I'm up nights looking at the weather and it's changing constantly. So I have like 4 weather apps on my phone, but we think it's going to be great weather. And then we get up bright and early the next morning and buses arrive at the fairgrounds about 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. And they're going to start taking all of those excited marathoners to the start line for the Hoag OC Marathon on May 4th.
Okay. So, and it's the Star Wars Day, the May the 4th be with you. So it's so funny because it's either Cinco de Mayo, which inspires a lot of silly Mexican attire. And yeah, we're going to get a lot of Star Wars out there, aren't we?
I hope so. Yeah, I think so. We have some other people that are exciting that I can't wait to see. We have David Lyman, who's going to be going for the Guinness Book of World Records, fastest time in a bomb suit. David is supporting the EOD Warriors Foundation, and it's all about helping families who have been affected through their loved ones. EOD is explosive ordnance disposal. And so these are the guys in each of the different armed forces have them. And David is going to be out there trying to support those families or raising money for EOD Warriors Foundation and setting a Guinness Book of World Record.
Yeah, and his suit, I think he said, is 75 pounds. He's going to be wearing the helmet the whole time. If you can imagine the chafing, folks, David's imagining the chafing. If you haven't heard it yet, I interviewed him, I think in January on the Fitzness show. If you go to Spotify or Apple Music, you can hear it there. But it's a fascinating story, and he's a really cool guy. I'm excited to see him start and finish. Right, Rudy?
I get cranky wearing a t-shirt and heavy shoes, and this guy's in a 70-pound. Amazing. Hey, Gary, we've been talking about bib pickup, and I just want to reel back just a moment. Can people pick up other people's bibs?
Yeah, we ask that they have on their phone, they need to have a picture of this person's ID. Okay. Ideally, a letter or a note from them that they want them to do it. It's not going to be required on that. But it has happened where someone says, hey, I'll get your bib. And then the other person forgets or something. They come to the fair looking for their bib and it's already been picked up. So
right. Okay.
We just want to make sure that type of scenario doesn't occur.
So just to be clear, a copy of their ID?
Yes.
Okay.
On their phone is fine. On their phone is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And we will be right back.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for a loved one battling cancer? The Cancer Comeback Series by Fitz Koehler offers hope, inspiration, and practical guidance. With Your Healthy Cancer Comeback, My Noisy Cancer Comeback, and The Healthy Cancer Comeback Journal. These books are a lifeline for all patients and survivors. Right now, you can order autographed copies at a special discount. Show your support and help a loved one go from sick to strong. Visit fitzness.com today. That's FITZNESS.com. Fitzness.com.
We're back. All right. So we're wrapping up Saturday night. Big fun. Everyone's going to bed early. Pay attention, folks. Get your pasta, get your pizza, go to bed. Go to bed early because we start bright and early. So parking ideally where we want everyone to drive their cars is to the area of the finish line, which is the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds. And that might sound crazy for you to park over there if you're starting on Fashion Island, but we have shuttles and they will take you and they're highly efficient. Correct, Gary?
Yes, but I will say that there's plenty of parking at the start line. So for those of you who want to go to the start line, you'll be able to park your car there. And we have shuttle buses that will be running until 1 p.m. the next day as well. So you can park at the start line. Gives yourself an extra half hour, 45 minutes or so from the shuttle bus. And then after you finish your race, you'll go over to the south side of the property by the red barn. And that's where the buses will be picking you up again. It's down by the amphitheater, actually, a little bit further west. But yes, so either way is a good solution. We have really worked out some issues, I'll say, with what we had last year with people being able to get out of the parking lot. We are extremely confident that we won't have any problems with that this year. And so I think that either one is a great solution. And we have great hotels all over the place. One of them is a Costa Mesa Marriott. They do have their own shuttle that will be taking you to the start line as well. And we have a few hotels right down there by the start line that have all been filled up. So we're excited about everyone coming from all directions to get there.
Now, I believe I read on your website that if people are parking at Fashion Island, there are specific lots for that. Is that correct? Or can they park anywhere?
No, there are specific lots. So the directions that we'll be sending out in the participant emails, the first, we've already sent one out, but we'll be sending one out tomorrow or Tuesday, which will also not only have your bib number in it, it will have the recommended shuttle time that you should be going as well. And so for those of you who are parking at the start line or getting dropped off at the start line, you just don't have anything. You don't have to worry about that part. But for any of you parking at the finish line, we're going to tell you, if you're a marathoner, we want you to get on that 4 o'clock or 4:10 or 4:20 bus. And then if you're a half marathoner, and we stagger those out kind of based on your times. So it's a recommended where you're not going to have to, we're not going to take, a list and say, oh, I'm sorry, you missed your bus. But this is meant to space everyone out to get them all there on time. Okay. For that 5:30 start for the marathon, and then we changed it last year. It remains this year, 6:30 for the half marathon.
Okay. And we have room for those if people want to register in those events, correct?
We do, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Close to the marathon, but yes.
Rudy?
Gary, do I recall that the marathon registration is way up over last year?
It is. It's kind of coming back a little bit, but we're still about 15% above last year. We'll probably have about 3,900 registrations total, 3,900, up about 400 plus from last year. So it's exciting to see the marathon. I think, again, it goes back to these run clubs. There's, the youth has kind of backfilled the running industry right now, and they're using it as a social thing. They're using it to stay fit. It's awesome to see all the kids out there running. Rudy, I don't know if you've gone to any of the run clubs lately, but it will surprise you that we are now the oldest ones there.
Wow. Yeah, great. Thanks. What?
I joined in with you on that.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your support. Appreciate that. Hey, Gary, just real quick, what's the latest economic impact study that OC Marathon affects the area? I know we're in several cities. We go through several cities, but I believe the positive economic impact is really significant. I don't know if people hear about things like that.
No, I appreciate it. We did one last year, and it was $16.5 million, if I'm not mistaken. So it's really a positive for the entire region. This year we have 47 states. We have a hard time cracking all 50.
47? So you have to give Fitz and I don't care about the 47 that are coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we care,
who's not
but
coming?
we need to know about.
I think we're missing West Virginia. I think we're missing I have to look.
Dakota? Are you missing a Dakota?
A Dakota.
We have both Dakotas,
Okay.
but we're at 23 countries, maybe
Wow.
24 countries. So that's pretty exciting.
Cool.
Very good elite fields this year. We have a little bit of a purse this year that we're giving away in addition, but we're excited about. I've got a guy who's a distance coach at Mount Sac. Anyone who's a runner knows what Mount Sac is. And so Daniel's a distance coach there. We brought in some really good fast runners this year. So good chance that we'll see some records broken.
Nice.
Maybe a sub 2:18 for the marathon. So we're excited about that. And then we have a speedster coming from Arizona. His last name is very similar to mine. He's going to be running my son. So I think my son's going to be running the half marathon. So we'll see what he does too.
I just want to make sure he's got a bib. Okay. As long as he's got a bib.
He's
All
got
right.
oh yeah. Need to have him do it just like everybody else. He's not special.
Hey, just checking. Just
And
checking.
you know what? When he lines up at the start, he's not. He's everybody else. He's got the same distance to go, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So I was going to ask this, but we had one of our awesome athletes reach out. So Liz Levinson wants to know. She says she's so excited to run her first marathon. Congrats, Liz, and thanks for choosing the OC. Says, can you talk a bit about runner tracking system and how to get friends and family set up with that?
Go ahead, Adrienne. You've been working on that.
Yeah, so we're really excited this year to have a presenting sponsor for the runner tracker. It's Zenni Optical. So they're going to help you keep your eye on your favorite runner. No pun intended. So we have that link up and ready to go. It's on our Race Weekend Quick Links page, right on our website. It's right there on the front when you go to the homepage next to register now. So that's really going to be your main source for all the frequently asked questions about Race Weekend. But included on there is our runner tracker link. So you would just send that link out to family and friends. They would put in your information. They would sign up for texts, and then they would get those texts directly to their phone. I do it every year to track specific athletes, and it really is so great because it just pings right to your phone and reminds you. And trust me, I am busy on race day, so I get distracted easily and I still see it. So it's a really, really great system and super easy to send to family and friends.
Yeah, you have to sign up for it. So as you go in there and you click on it, you have to sign up for the service. I think you have to create a password. It remembered me when I just did it. But so that's what you have to do. Once you do it, it's just exactly like Adrienne said. You can put in 10, 15, 20 names in there or bib numbers. And as soon as you do, say that you want to have the notifications, and you'll be getting those texts. It will say, so-and-so just passed the 10K mark, or whatever it is. It's really awesome.
Oh no, and it's sending text to the people tracking, so they don't have to go back to an app. They'll keep getting the information, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And is it an app to download, or is it just a website?
It's a link that you'll have on. I don't know.
I
if
think it's just a website. Yeah, how we've used it in the past.
check it out.
Yeah, is just with the text notifications. That's definitely the easiest way to use it. There's a lot of excitement going on during race weekend, and those text messages are pretty on the mark. So I think that it's helpful to get those. Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, thank you for the great question, Liz. Have a wonderful race. Please introduce yourself to us when you come to race weekend. If you see any one of our faces, stop by and say hi. And especially Rudy and I would like to know who you are so we can keep a special eye out for you as you cross your first marathon finish line. And say nice things, right, Rudy?
That's right. We love everybody, but first timers, that's really special. And as you said, what they're doing is entrusting their first marathon experience, with an event like this. And that's a big deal. We take it very, very seriously. And we guarantee that when you cross the finish line, you'll have a personal record.
And that reminds me, this year we've added a fun new feature, and it's called the PR bell.
Oh, we got a PR bell.
So everyone who comes in and knows that they just got through crushing their personal record get to go up to our PR bell. It's a huge brass bell with our logo on it. And I just can't wait to hear that thing ringing all morning long.
Okay.
So the only thing I ask, Gary, is it heavy duty? Because people lose their minds at the PR bell. We have seen hammers ripped off.
I'll be surprised. This is a pretty heavy duty.
Is it like Liberty Bell? Is it the Liberty Bell of running?
Right.
It is. And it's solid brass. It's 12. I mean, it really is. It weighs almost 40 pounds.
Gary, we know you don't do anything halfway. When Gary does something, he goes all out. I'm excited about it. Thanks, Gary.
All right, let's focus on marathon, half marathon morning, because we've got a lot of information to get through. So marathon starts at 5:30, half marathon starts at 6:30. My bossy advice is to show up early. I would get there no later than 45 minutes before your start time. That gives you the opportunity to use our glamorous selection of porta potties. That gives you the opportunity to check your bag. We do gear check through UPS. That's right. We've got the coolest gear check situation on earth, the big brown trucks, and you bring your clear bag with your stuff inside with your race. Is it a sticker, Gary? Is that how they're identifying their bags?
On the top of the bib, there'll be a tear off. That tear off matches your bib number. There's a big hole in it. You use the little draw cord that's on the clear bag. You put that through that hole, and that stays with your bag. And so it's tie-back. It won't tear. You just tie a good knot with that, and it will stay there, and we'll reunite you with your bag. And our friends at UPS, they just do a great job.
Yeah, they do. And folks can't bring just their big black duffel bag with their stuff in it. Their belongings have to go in the clear bag, correct?
Yeah, this still stems from the Boston back in 2013. So everybody, our race included, has a clear bag. It has our logo on, has UPS logo on, but it is clear. And you put your personal items in that. Please, no cell phones, wedding rings. I mean, you can't believe what people put in these things. So, car keys, last thing you want is put your car keys and some weird thing happens. So just put in those clothes that you want to wear afterwards. Take the rest of the stuff with you in some type of a small bag, carry bag or something. But yeah, the rest of it be ready for you when you finish. Go over to the UPS trucks. We have great big signs this year. Last year, some of the signs were a little bit smaller and people had a hard time finding the truck. There were some lines at a couple of trucks, not at others. So we've really taken that also, done some correction there. So I think that people are going to find their truck much quicker this year, get their stuff, and not be waiting around.
Perfect.
And also, please check your stuff early. The morning will be cool. You'll want to have your sweats on and stuff, but we've got thousands and thousands of people. And if you wait till the last minute, you might lose the opportunity to check your stuff. And if you're doing the marathon or half marathon, that's a long way to be carrying your bag.
That's right. And then the other thing is the reason you show up early is to be a part of the experience. The reality is you could go for a 13.1 or 26.2 run or walk any day of the year in any place. The reason you registered to do the Hoag OC races is because we're a heck of a lot of fun. We are a great time. The course is beautiful, but you become part of our team when you get there. If you are running late, you get on the last bus and then we've already yelled go and you've missed the hoopla and the people and the chaos. Now you're just alone and weird running behind trying to catch up. So don't do that. Get there early. I feel like a mom. Get there. I am a mom. Get there early, runners, because we have hoopla, serious hoopla, right, Rudy?
That's right. And here's another very silly comment. I said, please check early. Please pick up your bag. It always blows my mind that at the end of the day, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags that haven't been picked up. What are you doing? Would you just go home? I don't know.
Get your stuff.
What's up?
Get your stuff. It's great advice.
No, it's it. That's perfect.
Okay, so we're getting them early, and then we line them up. Their bibs have their corral number on them. It's by speed. If you're super fast, we're going to put you up in front, and then we're going to go progressively slower towards the back. It's no diss on you if you're a slowpoke like me. It's so when we yell go, the fastest people take off and a comfortable place. If we put the slower people up front and the fastest people in the back, and then we yell go, all the fast people will smack into the slow people and eat their brains. So it's just for comfort of pace, correct?
Correct.
How many marathon corrals, Gary?
That'll be A through F. And so they'll be going off every 3 minutes or so. So that'd be great. So for those who are watching, Rudy and I are there through about the first 3. And then we take off for...
We hitchhike to the finish.
And we hitchhike. No, and so Fitz is there. Because Fitz does not want to leave the start line until the last person, because she actually, I don't think she cares for the first 2 or 3 heats at all. The crowd, she really doesn't even start getting excited until like D, and so then all of a sudden she starts bringing out her A game, and so it's weird, all of a sudden she's excited. She gets more animated with the slower people, right?
You know what? I break them in and I respect them all. Gee whiz, I love all of our runners, but there's the fast people and then there's the fun people. And just all of a sudden their vibe starts changing and I feed off of them. They are my crack cocaine. I'm addicted to those happy people. And there ain't no party like an OC party. And our middle to the back of the packers are the most fun humans on earth. And yeah, you are going to have to get like a big hook or like a gun or something to get me to leave them because I love them. I need them. So thanks
and
for
then you're there for them at the very end. That's one of the most exciting things. You guys stick around there to the last people are coming in, and we're there forever, and it's really exciting. Those people have been out there so long. Those days, I don't remember who said it, Rudy. You probably remember, but one of the world record holders, maybe it's Frank Shorter or something.
Frank Shorter.
Talking to someone who was out there 5 or 6 hours and said, I'm out there 2 hours and 8 minutes. I don't know how you're out there 5 hours. That's way harder. So yeah.
He even enhanced it. He said, you tell your friends that you did something that an Olympic gold medalist told you he could never do. Never do that. That was awesome. Frank's great. Love it.
Well, I've been slowpoke on races, and coming around a corner here and Rudy's big voice has been very exciting. Finally I'm there. I'm almost home. So yeah, we like to take care of everybody. So we have, you said how many corrals for the marathon and then how many corrals for
I think it's 7 corrals, I think is what it is. And
for the half.
And those will be going off about every 3 minutes, I think, is what we're going to try doing. And then we have our balloon lady, which waits until the last person to start both the full marathon and the half marathon. And our balloon lady, we have 2 of them, 1 for each. And so they basically will do a 16-minute per mile pace. They'll wait till the last starter, then they take off, and they maintain this 16-minute per mile pace. They have gigantic balloons around them, tied to them. And so they walk / kind of briskly keep that 16-minute pace going. And as they come up to people, they will speak to them. They'll maybe hand them a map, let them know that they can continue the race. but they may have to, depending on the opening of the roads, they may have to become a pedestrian. So after they're passed by the balloon lady, all of our roads are closed, are totally safe. After that, if you get passed by the balloon lady, you get to continue your journey. But when you come up to a light, you got to push the button, you become a pedestrian, you cross safely, you do all the things you would do if you're out there. We want to make sure that everyone is safe out there for that. We do have a SAG wagon, which is those van that's there in case someone has any problems and just wants to say, I'm done for the day. But for anyone out there pursuing their goal of finishing a marathon, if it goes beyond that 16-minute per mile pace, we're not going to ask you to leave. We're just going to ask you to be safe. So that's what we do with both of our balloon ladies.
It's so generous. And that's because you have a legal obligation to the communities you have permits in to open up those roads.
Right.
Yeah, not only that, but we have volunteers that have been out there since 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, especially on some of those early water stations. And they don't necessarily, it's a thankless job, even though they're thanked a million times. And I hope that all of our runners who are watching this will, as they go by those water stations, thank those volunteers, because it is really a hard job to be out there so bright and early, filling water, but they're there to serve all of you runners. And so the balloon lady allows them to recognize, okay, we need to go ahead and start packing up things. We get to do that now. And we try to leave a few things there for those last runners. But yeah, it's really special for our volunteers to see the balloon lady come by and know that's the last official run.
Yeah.
Really, that's the volunteer's favorite thing to see.
It is, especially after being out there bright and early. It's chilly in the morning, and in some cases later in the race it can get warm. So
right.
Yeah, it's really special, and I think we have the best volunteers out there.
Speaking of water, is there a water station at our start line, or should people bring their bottle of water before the race?
No, there's no water at the start line. It will be at mile 2 is our first water station. We think that it would be so hard to even figure out what to do there with 12,000, 13,000 people there at the start line. Where do you even place that? What do you do? So it's really difficult. It's okay for smaller races that can manage that, but it's really difficult on these larger races like this. So no, there's nothing there, but we do have medical there. We have our UPS. We have, for anybody who happened to have purchased the VIP package, it's a great thing to buy for next year. We've already sold out and have been sold out for a while. But you get VIP bathrooms, you get some pastries and coffee, and you get to sit down before the start of your race and kind of mellow out and really do that pre-race relaxation. So it's a really nice feature that those that do it year after year. So next year you have to get in early. We limit it to 135. I think we went ahead and went a little bit beyond this year. But that's so that those people that do it get the best experience.
Okay, so speaking about snacks and things, tell us about the hydration stations on course. Where can people expect to see them? Are there porta potties attached? Are there medics at various hydration stations? And what is our electrolyte beverage? Does it come before or after water? Go.
So yes, we have water stations approximately every mile and a half. 1.6 in some cases. I think one is 2 miles. The first one is just over 2 miles. But there are water stations throughout the entire course, obviously. Every other one will be a Gatorade as well, electrolyte. It is Gatorade again this year. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Gary, what flavor?
It's a Glacier Freeze at the finish, and it's powdered. I think it's the lemon. I'm not positive. I should know that.
I don't think Glacier Freeze is lemon. I think that's the white one, isn't it?
That's at the finish line. Everyone gets a bottle of Gatorade also. And then at the finish line, everyone's going to get the Gatorade alkaline water as well. So Gatorade's really stepped up this year. So thank you to Gatorade. We have Char Gel on the course. Char Gel is those larger pouches that have I love them. I just took them out to a run just a couple weeks ago. Char Gel got me some for a couple hundred for a pre-run. And anybody who had not had it in the past tried it, and they love it. It's a unique texture when you first.
It is. That was, yeah.
Kind of a
Try it at
tap
the
build,
expo.
but it's so good. And so we have those one location on the front and back, and we'll also have some bars out there. We're going to try to figure out exactly what's going to be out there. We're still adding to that. But so we have one fueling station on the back and one fueling station on the front, as well as the Gatorade at every other water station throughout all 26 miles.
Okay. So
Porta potties, Gary?
Now we decided, yes,
No,
don't go there. Yeah, everyone is hydrating, so we know they're going to dehydrate. So anyway, yes, we have bathrooms at every single water station, aid station. We have medical stations scattered throughout as well. And so we're, fully stocked on all of that stuff. So if you have need a blister taken care of, we hope that's the worst that our medical stations take care of on the course. But yes, they're out there for sure.
And Gary, how about filming camelbacks and the like for those people that wear vests, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, we have waters are out there. We have gallons of water that will be out there that could fill something like that up. And we do allow those. There are some races that don't like those because of still that whole Boston.
Right.
But that's okay.
But we're okay with that.
Pardon me?
We're okay with that. We're okay with camelbacks.
We're okay with it. It's not necessary. I think we have enough hydration out there. But yes, anyone who I like to run with my own bottle. I just think that, I carry my bottle with me. I think I don't know, I just got used to it. But also headphones or something that's been asked a lot this year for some reason. We really want you to be able to hear something behind you. If you're going to wear in-ear type of headphones, wear one. Please don't have anything that really blocks out the sound of those around you. You may have an elite runner coming up behind you, trying to say runner on your left. There may be a medical situation. There may be, a bike coming up, one of our official bikes that's leading so what happens is since the marathon begins an hour early, we have these speedster half marathoners that will overtake the slower marathoners starting at about mile 5, maybe even earlier. So if you're wearing in-ear headphones, wear just one. Please don't wear any over-the-ear type of things. And if you really want to get sound in both your ears, wear the bone conducting ones. Yeah. Those are so good. You get to hear your music and your note drowned out anything of the sound around you. So those are the best.
Yeah, such good pointers, especially for people who are doing maybe these races for the first time. Right? They've never done it. It's just such stellar advice. I'd like to add, there's a few times we've talked about take your car key and stuff. Get yourself one of the running fanny packs. They will be for sale inevitably at the expo at one of our vendors or probably a few of our vendors. They're just a perfect place. You put your key in there. You can put your snack, run with fuel that you've trained with. So if you have a favorite protein bar shoot, for me, it's potato chips, whatever, just shove them in your bag, maybe a good place for your phone. But yeah, having a little runner belt is a smart move. And it's the reason we all wear them. I tell you what, I'm not wearing a fanny pack anywhere else on planet Earth. But if I'm going to run a race, you bet your bottom I'm wearing a fanny pack for sure.
No, I think that's right. If you can take any of those things with you, and people do ask us what's going to be on course. Again, if you've been training with some gel that really works well with your system, bring your own gels out there. One more thing with that, whether it's Char gel or even the cups, try to be cognizant of your garbage out there. Leave the course better than you found it. If you're going to, when you take your water, try to throw it into the receptacles that we have there at the water stations. You're going to miss. We have people clean them up, but don't carry it half a mile and drop it in the middle of nowhere. That doesn't do the environment any good. Same thing with your gels. I get to be out there. Well, that's not just me, but we're out there on Mondays and Tuesdays going through the course. And it's really a glamorous job when you're out there a day or two later, scraping off, these gel packs from the street that have been stuck there over a couple of days. It really is brutal. So try to take those with you. If you bring your own gel pack, fold it back up, put it back in your bag, or make sure you hit a garbage can at the next water station.
Okay, good advice. Good advice. So we're getting close to the hour mark. So I want to start plowing through things. There's a few things we haven't addressed, starting with Pacers. We have Snail's Pace Pacers. It's with Snail's Pace Running Store. They provide a group of talented athletes who are committed to helping their fellow athletes get to the finish line in a particular amount of time. So if you've been training for a 2.5 hour half marathon and you'd like a little bit of a guide, you can go and stand next to the Snail's Pace Pacer. He'll have a flag, or she'll have a flag above her head that says 2:30 half marathon. You don't have to sign up in advance. You don't have to pay. You can just go stand next to this pacer person and say hi. Or you don't even have to say hi. You can just stalk them like a weirdo for the whole race. But we've got pacers in all different time frames. You can meet up with them at the expo. You can do a little more research at ocmarathon.com, but they're a wonderful value added, especially if you need a little support, encouragement, and help with timing, getting you from point A to point B. Snail's Pace Pacers are the best. Do you have anything to add to that, anybody?
Well, I'll tell you. So Boston has lowered their standards as far as being able to get in, or raised their standard, however you want to say it. They've
Raised
made
it, yeah.
more
Made it
difficult.
harder.
So now a 19 to 34-year-old male has to run a 2:55 marathon. I know that Rudy up there. He's a sub 3-hour marathoner. So he did that a couple of
That's
years
big,
ago.
sir.
Yeah. And
Nice.
so Rudy is one of those guys. But anyway, we have a 2:55 pacer, and all of our pacers will mirror the Boston qualifying times.
Oh,
So,
well, we have a 2:55 pacer this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so,
Wow.
and for those of you who are going for a BQ time, you got to go faster than that. So, you know, they're just depending on the number of registrations next year at Boston, it may be a minute, might be 2 minutes. So,
What was it, Gary? Do you remember this past year? Wasn't it 5+?
yeah, that's why they made it more difficult for this year.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I got it.
Yeah. So for 2026,
Okay.
the new standards come in.
Okay.
Something else that's kind of fun. We do have our Legacy Lounge when you're finished on Sunday. Anybody who's ran our race 3 years in a row, you get to come into the Legacy Lounge at our main mall. We have another special thing. Our running shoe is 361. They're great shoes. I wear them on every run that I do. My elite runner son wears 361s. He loves them. Anyway, if you're wearing 361s, you get to go into the Legacy Lounge, even if it's your first year. So if you don't have your 361,
Nice.
make sure you buy them at the expo when you get there. They really are great shoes. And you'll get to go into the Legacy Lounge and party just like you've been doing it for 3 years in a row, like all the other Legacy runners. That's pretty fun.
That's
And
brilliant.
then I'd be remiss if I don't mention that festival is the best in the industry. Our Finish Line Festival is known for being one of the most fun. People stick around for it. And returning again this year is Flashback Heart Attack, the ultimate 80s band. They are the most fun band you could ever possibly want to see. People come, just a whole bunch of the community will come in just to see Flashback. And we have runners all year long emailing us saying, "Are you having Flashback back again?" So yeah, make sure you come back and say that. And Happy Dad, again, this year, everyone's going to have a bib tab on their thing that says one free Happy Dad. Make sure Happy Dad is a great seltzer, multiple flavors, and they'll also have their Happy Dad tea there. So it's low carbonation, gluten-free. It really is runner friendly. Great for you after you finish the race. It does have alcohol in it, but it's a great post-event hydration that is a fun adult beverage.
So your post-race party is so spectacular. And I mean, God, people just stick around and dance. And at least one half of your announcing team is always slightly disgruntled that she does not get to go enjoy the happy revelry with Flashback Heart Attack. There's nowhere she'd rather be than the finish line. But the fact that she can't have both is fairly punishing. I'm not going to tell you which announcer this is, but it's
Fitz says that. But if you ask her to leave the finish line, just, hey, go take a break. Go ahead and just, no, there's people out there. My people are still out there.
if we could just figure out a way to do it, have all of it. That would.
I know you missed it. It's such a I make my way over there just to say hi to the guys and hang with them for a song. But they are so good. I would be remiss if I didn't also mention Kia is returning as our car sponsor, and they will be there not only at 8 heats for the kids run, they will be there at the start of the 5K and pace our runners, as well as the start of the half and full. And then they'll be in the expo, so you'll be able to see the newest and coolest EV9, EV6, but they will also have the Kia recovery zone on Sunday as well. So once you finish your marathon or half marathon, go over and hang out in the Kia recovery zone. It's welcome to everyone. It's going to be a great place to hang out as well. So Yamava is our stage sponsor. Yamava is a great partner. This is the 3rd or 4th year that they've been with, and they are our official stage partner. So awesome stuff.
I love it.
Beautiful casino and resort there, right?
Beautiful. And they have when you see who's coming to Yamava, I mean, it's a who's who of the greatest acts in show business go to Yamava. So it's great. It really is a great partnership. They have taken our event and it becomes a really good employee type of fitness. So they do that for their own employee wellness. So they'll have 120, 130 Yamava employees are running our events as well.
Very cool.
You really have extraordinary community partners, from Hoag to 361, and all of them are just so good, Gary. Well done.
Hoag is
Adrienne.
Huh?
I said, well done, Adrienne, too.
Yeah, Adrienne takes care of all that. No, Hoag is, listen, we haven't even said anything about Hoag, but Hoag is, known for being the top-notch health provider here in Orange County. They are getting bigger because of how darn good they are. They were our title sponsor of our kids run. 3 years ago, they came in as the title partner for the marathon and running festival last year. And this year, they've even upped the game even more. And now it's the Hoag OC 5K. So, and they have won the corporate large group, large team. So not only that, but, few hundred runners are Hoag employees, and they're out there doing exactly. It's about wellness. They want to see people being healthy, running, and they don't want to see them at one of their facilities. And that's kind of a really neat thing about that.
So I was watching your video with the Hoag CEO recently, which is a beautiful video, but I love his passion for your race. And I always find it so noble of the hospitals to say, stay out. We would rather encourage you to have a healthy lifestyle that keeps you away from us. Show up here if there's traumatic accident or you're having a baby, right? But we need to see you sick in here. It really is just, it's a beautiful partnership, and I really respect that guy, and you work well together.
He's fantastic. That's Andrew. He's a CFO, and we love him. He's passionate about our events. He loves being out there with the kids, and so to us, it's a great partnership. We hope that it lasts for years and years and years. I really want people to come to think about this as the Hoag Marathon.
Okay.
You can almost remove the OC, even though it's not in our best interest, but it's become the Hoag Marathon. So we're excited about that.
That's spectacular. So one of the things we did not cover is the finish line, where Rudy and I will preside for most of the day. And I just want to encourage everybody to have a legitimate respect for what you've accomplished. It's not only the distance you've gone on Sunday, it's all the training, all the early mornings, all the early nights, all the good choices you've made with food and avoiding alcohol and whatever. Every step you've put in to get to the start line is what we're celebrating at the finish line. And so we have a strict policy. You are forbidden to look at your watch as you cross that finish line. We have Jay Sutherland and the marathon photos team there taking pictures. That's right. We require smiles and some sort of celebratory action. Cartwheels are nice. Shouting is fantastic. Rudy, what else am I missing?
Well, of course, as you said, if they are looking down at their watch at the finish line, we send them back 2 miles to come back and do it again.
Please.
Also, very important at the finish line, the finish line is a secured area. The only people allowed admittance to the finish line are the registered athletes. That's really important. Okay. I know that your kids and your spouses and grandparents, et cetera, get really excited and you might be inclined to share that moment. Do not do that. It is a secured area. Security will be there and will not allow anybody that does not have a bib to continue through. That's really important. It's for everybody's safety. Fitz and I have been around long enough to see some really bad accidents and situations from the best of intentions. Have the little child running next to you, doesn't look, and you have somebody finishing a marathon and their eyes roll back like mine always do when I finish a marathon and the trip over it's just, please respect that. And this is all about you finishing a marathon or half marathon or 5K or any of our races. Celebrate your finish, not 2 hours later when you go, hey, yeah, I really did that.
Yeah, 100%. And you did say something there. Make sure your bib is on the front of your shirt. It is really important, not only so that we know that you're one of our official runners out there, but so Jay Sutherland, who joined us just a moment ago and put his pretty face on there, so that Jay's photographers will see your bib number within an hour or so after crossing that finish line. Your pictures will be live. It's just incredible now. And so make sure that bib is on your chest. If you're going to be one of those guys, make sure your bib is on your front, whatever, but it has to be in front. In back is no good. So.
And then one of the things I really love is you guys have done a spectacular job with your marketing materials, and you have photographers and videos all over the course. And Adrienne and her team are pumping out the most beautiful video and photo ads. And what a cool opportunity to be in a OC Marathon graphic or banner or website or whatever, if you freaking smile and celebrate your finish. Right, Adrienne?
Exactly. We're going to have so many photographers and videographers out there. So just pose for our photos. It makes my job easier. So,
Yeah. Even if you feel really tired and something hurts, just figure out, like, give me 1 second of a yay. And then you can go back to frowning. Frown all day. What else, Gary? Is there anything you would like to add? I feel like we've hit all the things.
No, I think we really have. I mean, I think just having a good time out there. I want everyone to be safe. I want them to enjoy the day. It really is a special day. I think thanking their volunteers and running with a smile and saying hi to someone that you don't know, even at the start line, like you talked about, getting there early and finding that new friend. And I mean, it really is a day of opportunity, I think. And then when you finish the race and you come across there, if it's your first time, you are a marathoner. And, for those of you who've done it 10 times or 100 times, it's special every single time. I think it's one of those distances it can humble the best of us. It can humble the best of us. And it can make, the most hardened person be a happy. I mean, it's one of those things where you're out there, you're running, you're like, I'm never going to do this again. 10 minutes after you finish, you're like, that wasn't bad. I can't wait to do it again. So it's going to be a special day. I just want everyone to have a great time out there and enjoy the course and enjoy the people.
Absolutely. Adrienne, is there something you'd like to add?
Yeah, I would love to shout out a few groups of people, our ambassadors being one of them. We have over 60 ambassadors, which is absolutely amazing. They go out into the community. They talk about our event. They come every year. They volunteer. I don't know what we would do without them. They're so incredibly helpful in putting our message out to the community. And they're just some of the nicest, best people that we have. Dee Marie was on here a second ago saying, see you Friday. So see you Friday, Dee Marie. So we're so thankful to have them. And I just want to make sure that they get a shout out. They bring new runners to our race and runners that stick around. So it's really, really amazing. Also, our influencer partners this year, we have 13 influencer partners. They create amazing content for us. Same thing, they bring new runners to our race. They travel in from all over to come here and experience our race. Some of them have done this for 3 years now with us. So absolutely amazing. And we want to thank them. And then finally, our charities and our charity runners. We have over 30 charities. Some of them are local charities, some of them are national charities, working to bring runners to our race, to raise funds. And this year we have over 200 runners who are fundraising for charities. They are charity runners. They signed up as their goal was to run and also to raise funds for the charity of their choice, something that means something to them. So if you go to our Race Weekend Quick Links page, you can see all of the charities. There's a link there. You can go to the charities. You can go to the fundraisers. You can make a donation to one of them. And I think that that is a super, super important part of this race, something we take really seriously. So I would love to encourage everyone on a final note to go make a donation or cheer on one of those runners.
Nice. Rudy.
Yeah, it's all been said and said well. As I know, you always wrap up these live casts so well. Everything we have said, every single piece of information is online in the runner's instructions. It's all there. Please do not send emails to sweet Adrienne and wonderful Gary. Yeah, I didn't call them. The number's 949.
Thanks, Rudy.
Right, really. Seriously, it's all there, and it's all important information. Please take your time to look it over. And Fitz, you had said this is going to be rerun and available for
over and over and over. People could listen while they're sleeping. Yep, it's
that's
perpetuity.
That's usually how they listen to me.
Yeah. Well, thank you for pointing that out. And folks, just know how excited we are to see you. This is an event you've registered. You've been looking forward to it. Everyone on the Hoag OC Marathon team is looking forward to seeing you. This is what everybody works towards every year. And I fly in and Adrienne's flown in, and it's just all about you. And so we hope you respect yourself as much as we respect you, and you have as much enthusiasm for what you're about to accomplish. And, runners are the people taking care of their own health and their great communities and their great causes. And so you're the best of the best. And it's really going to be our privilege to be with you this weekend. So we love you, and we hope you start your hydration now. And we hope you're eating lots of healthy food and getting lots of sleep and tapering and stretching and doing all the things you need to do so you show up in the OC feeling as fabulous as possible and you have the best day. And yeah, I'm particularly looking for hugs. So please say hi when we get there. Thank you so much for being with my noisy self tonight. I love you all. I can't wait to see you this weekend.
Hi, this is Rudy Novotny, the voice of America's marathons. We all love how much running has benefited every aspect of our lives, so much so that most of us only wish we'd started sooner. Wouldn't it be wonderful to gift the opportunity to children of today? Well, you can. The Morning Mile is a before-school walking and running program that gives children the chance to start each day in an active way while enjoying fun, music, and friends. That's every child, every day. It's also supported by a wonderful system of rewards, which keeps students highly motivated and frequently congratulated. Created by our favorite fitness expert, Fitz Koehler, Morning Milers across the country have run over 2 million miles and are having greater success with academics, behavior, and sports because of it. The Morning Mile is free to the child, free to the school, and is inexpensively funded by businesses or generous individuals. Help more kids get moving in the morning by visiting morningmile.com. Champion the program at your favorite school or find out more about sponsorship opportunities. That's morningmile.com. Long may you run.